You are alone in the woods with your dog, determined to save the boy whose life you have ruined. At times, the sound of silence is almost deafening. But you get the sensation something is out there, watching you. Perhaps maybe if you were a better person and not such a jerk to all your friends and co-workers, there would be more people here to help you. No, you are virtually alone, and the only thing there to comfort you is the sweet, seductive whispers being told in your ear.
My whispers. Me. I'm talking about me. Not the witch. Me. Dan. And this is everything I hate about Blair Witch. This is Bullet, your dog. Now, I love dogs, don't get me wrong. That's not the reason that Bullet is on this list. No, Bullet is on this list because he is a dog in a horror game. Meaning there's probably a 70% chance he's going to die by the end of this. So I'm not going to get attached. Kid goes missing and wastes government resources on a rescue operation. Another reason I prefer dogs over kids. This rescue operation has a limited number of gear, and I decide to invoke...
Sorry, Anthony. First come, first served.
Kind of a dick move.
Did anyone check that place? What place? Oh, that place.
Nobody actually talks like this. I mean, imagine you're in a car with your friend. Oh man, I'm starving. What should we eat today? I don't know. Oh, what about that place? That place? Yeah, that place. Bro, I have no idea what you're talking about. Oh, I'm at McDonald's. This is literally for creating mystery and driving plot. The player Ellis suffers from a number of mental health issues, like PTSD, the result of being a veteran from war, but I argue that the worst disease that Ellis has is main character syndrome. Always intent on being the hero and refusing others' orders.
Well, you didn't find Peter's cap either. Listen, we're still on the trail. We'll keep moving north.
For Christ's sake, Ellis, stop playing a hero. Just sit your ass down till we find you.
Maybe you should...
Your wife,
No,
Jess.
it's fine.
I actually don't hate Jess, but apparently my character does. Obvious since she doesn't have a face, but my dog does. Ellis's priorities are pretty clear, and I can't blame him. These bundles of sticks scare my dog, and if my dog doesn't like something, I don't like it.
Better now, Bullet?
Overdramatic stick destruction. I'm a very stubborn person. I realize I could try to find the passcode and solve puzzles correctly, but if you give me something with such a simplistic combination lock, I'm always going to try to brute force it.
Are we walking in circles, Bullet?
Yes. Yes, you are. And it's going to be the main mechanic for the rest of this game.
Screw you, Emmett. I don't need your help. No, it's you who needs me. Now, I'm the only person in this goddamn forest who is even remotely close to finding that kid.
I'm not joking when I say Ellis oozes so much main character syndrome. I can easily envision a Blair Witch Shonen Jump adaptation. 3 numbers on a piece of paper labeled my lucky numbers. I think to myself, boom, that's gotta be something important. I'm gonna write that down because I have a goldfish memory. Surely this will come in handy later. Nope, nothing. I even Googled it. No one knows what they are for. So also, not environmentally friendly. Bullet, we are walking through a forest. Why does it sound like you're making some very wet mac and cheese? I'm starting to think that Bullet isn't actually a dog. Maybe some kind of puppet and the hamster inside his head fell off his wheel and is trying to get back on. I mean, just look how hard he's trying to dog right now. Look, I'm old. I get called boomer unironically almost on a daily basis. So although it was a nice trip down memory lane playing Snake on my old Nokia brick, I was also reminded that this phone came out 22 years ago. Thanks for the existential crisis.
Hello, it's Donnie's Pizza, the best pizza in Burkittsville. What can I do for you?
I'll pass. Sorry.
Who does that? Like, who calls a pizza place and says, I'll pass? Reminder, it's not like They were a pizza telemarketer telling me the warranty on my pepperoni rewards card was expiring. I called them and said, I'll pass. Why? What was the purpose of that? It's like when your pet at home is randomly looking at the corner of your house and you wonder, is there ghosts? Is there demons in this house? Is it haunted? What's wrong with you? Bullet does this all the time. This was, for me, honestly, the most terrifying scene in the game. Streaks of demonic ray tracing shadows filling your vision. Everywhere you look, they're there and there's no escape. You run, but you can't hide. Just the suffocating embrace of darkness. Actually, I was wrong. Even worse, you had to hide in this tree's vagina to get away from it. Here it is, the worst part of the game I mentioned before. Looping zones. You exit one side and you enter from the other until you find the mechanic that will release you from this zone. It's a technique that's designed to make you feel lost in a game, to make you question your sanity. This first time wasn't too bad, probably took me like 5 minutes to figure it out, but it'll be back. Also, trying to record a video and your cat decides to go OnlyFans and lick her own butt in the background. In 2014, Call of Duty Advanced Warfare made the iconic meme, press F to pay respects. In 2019, Blair Witch made, hold C to let go of bullet. For some reason, I don't think this will catch on. Look, this isn't Paw Patrol. There is no power of friendship, speech about doing the right thing kind of nonsense here. This man literally kills 2 men in the last 20 minutes. And your solution is to go up to him and say, hey, that's not very nice of you. I wonder how that ended up. Yep, I expected as much. Okay, I can forgive villain monologues. It makes them seem dumb and arrogant, sure, but understandably, I know why. People do have a tendency to want to gloat or celebrate when they think they have the upper hand. But what is this ridiculousness of giving the player a knife just to really drive home what the concept of a knife is? Even worse yet, Ellis doesn't do anything. He just lets him take it back. Here we go, back to the looping forest zone again, except this time I spent 25 minutes trying to find the exit. I explored every path multiple times, forward and back, and by pure luck, I had my camera out watching videos, and when the video was over, I saw there's a path on the ground that you have to follow. Now, this was my mistake for leaving the game in the middle of it. I had to answer a phone call, and I missed the part where there was a hint that there's a trail for you to follow looking through the camera. The fact that this tree is very wet and gushy.
What the?
Nursery rhymes sung slowly by little girls will always be terror-inducing given any situation. Grown men doing it, however, borderline pedophilic. In this scene, the villain is giving you a Jigsaw-style ultimatum. He gives you a gun and says, shoot your dog to save the missing child. And while I agree with Ellis's choice to save Bullet, I don't understand this Batman moral high road he decides to take and yeet the gun into the forest. Now I realize in a horror scenario, guns are not always useful on every monster, but I feel like you might as well keep it close. If anything, it makes you feel better, right? Hooray, more loops. And the good or bad thing about this one is you simply have to walk through it over and over for roughly 6 minutes. All the while, Bullet is crying in your ear, pulling on the heartstrings of every dog owner ever. Your vision progressively gets worse with blurring and shaking, and you start to develop a ringing in your ear. Honestly, the last 2 minutes or so were becoming quite nauseating, and I opted to just look away until the scene was over. Again, it's one thing if I look away because something scared me so much. It's another if I look away because I feel like throwing up. I wish I was exaggerating, but this is the exact same forest loop you've been to twice already. This time, all you need to do is find a tape, watch it, and it'll reveal the house to where you're supposed to go. And it took me quite a long time because, again, I'm stupid, and I'm sure people will let me know how stupid I am. But you know what? Sometimes I need my handheld, you know? Like I said before, I'm old. Give me one of those like red circles or squares that people put because it's really hard to see things in an image. Also, another side note, caught my cat Whiskey being a bully to Ice again. Okay. All right. Give me a minute on this last one. So, it's been established. I'm a war veteran and I currently work in law enforcement. I've killed several people with knives and guns, and presumably I've been taught in multiple ways of combat, like, I don't know, in worst case scenario, a chunky rock, or maybe a pokey stick, or a nice sturdy bat-sized stick, or I don't know, maybe a gun someone left for you. No, in the build-up to the final zone, my man here takes a piece of string and straps a flashlight to his camera, which, by the way, has night vision, and he says,
"Let's get this over with."
Like we're going into this house with a murderer and monsters with the resolve of Nancy Drew trying to solve a mystery. Excuse me, but you. Oh, also one last thing. Bullet isn't dead. You see him at the end. He walks away. So we decided to see other people, which is fine. As long as he's okay, that's all that really matters in this story. All right. Peace.